Hey guys, welcome to Transwest Truck Trailer RV. My name is Lance Ortega, coming to you out of our Belton location. I'm going to show off this beautiful 2026 Newmar Mountain Aire. It is a 4118 model. It is going to be stock number 17N253321. Beautiful, beautiful coach. So this is going to be built on the Spartan K3 chassis. Now, this is ordered with the blackout package. You're going to notice up there in the front, the Newmar badging's all blacked out. The Mountain Aire logo, beautifully done, blacked out. The Newmar badging on top. The blacked out American racing wheels. Absolutely gorgeous. The paint, this is something that we had special ordered as far as the colors. This is something that you just couldn't go to the brochure and pick out. We especially had it done here for Newmar. I think it turned out really, really good. It's got that blacked out package, but as you'll notice, the colors are a little bit lighter going up, so it'll still actually run pretty cool during the summer. Now, what's neat about the Mountain Aire is it has a lot of safety built in it. The Spartan K3 chassis has the collision mitigation, the adaptive cruise control, active braking for the collision. You got blind spot detection. You're going to notice our first blind spot monitor right here. Now, if there's something beside you, it will light up right here in the mirror. You'll see it light up. I'll just kind of walk by it here and see if we can get it to light up. There it goes. So, always nice to be able to, if you can't see what's going on in your mirror, you can just look at that indicator and it lets you know that there's something there beside you. So, a lot of safety built into this coach. Now, one of the things that I really love about the design of the Newmar Mountain Aire is this front cap. You're going to notice the windshield wipers are kind of tucked in, hidden behind this cap, so it gives it a much nicer, more seamless look. And then what's really cool is this lower part of the cap does slide out. So if I just push a little button here, we can extend this out. Makes it very nice for getting maintenance done on the generator. You're going to notice right back here, off to our right, we've got a water spigot. We got the air nozzle. It's a hot water spigot, so if you want to hook up a pressure sprayer, you can. Bugs come off a little easier with hot water. Off to my left here, you're going to notice the headlights. If you need to change out a bulb, so much easier to get to the wiring or maybe change out a bulb. So very tech friendly, very customer friendly. That is going to be a 12,500 watt Cummins own generator, so you can power a small village with that guy. Our first bay here is going to be our electronics bay. If something like your steps goes out or your seat stops working, this is where you go. Kind of look things up. It's clearly labeled. We got some spare fuses here for you. Now, our front tires, these are going to be 365/70 22.5s. Beefy tires. If we can get in there, I don't know if this is going to do it justice, but that is a really, really big beefy tire. And then you're going to notice off right here, we got our fuel line completely encased in steel. So 150 gallon fuel capacity. What's nice is if you do get a flat tire, you don't have to worry about that tire shredding your fuel line. So another safety feature. We got our first docking light here, and you'll notice that it is recessed. Gives it a much nicer look. Also, I do want to point out before we get too far, just how these slides are recessed. They'll recess inside the wall. Does help with the wind squeal, and keeps your seals healthier longer. Now, this does have a lithium battery package. We got 640 amp hours of lithium. We got our Victron 3000 watt inverters, which we got two of them. So one 3000 watt inverter does allow you to run one of the air conditioners on the roof. So lots of power there. So if you're a boondocker or dry camping is what you like to do, having all that extra battery power will go a long ways to keep you running without having to run your generator. We got our first bay here, which is you'll see it does have a power slide tray. You do notice it does have a 1,000-pound weight capacity. Now, if somebody's parked a little too close on this side of the RV, we can run it and take it out the other side. Makes it very convenient to get to your contents. Now, if we just stand back and look at this thing. It is absolutely gorgeous. I love the modern design. We got rid of the swoops and the swirls, more of those straight lines. Just a nice, sexy look. You'll notice there in the back it does have the tag axle. With that rear tag, it does allow this coach to have a much tighter turning radius. If we were to measure from that front tire to this first axle, I believe we're about 22 feet. So when we shift the turning point from this last axle to this first axle here, we shorten that turning radius up, and getting into those tight areas, if you want to go to, say, like a national park or maybe an RV park that might have a little bit tighter turning that's needed, this coach will handle it no problem. You'll notice as I parked this coach today, I was turning, and you can see that it was still partially turned. So you can kind of see how it's kind of passively turned to help aid that turning. So what's nice too is Mountain Aire comes with a hydronic heating system. This is a very special system that's designed to heat the water, but it's also designed to be your furnace. So hot water heater and furnace all wrapped up in one. Very efficient system, something that you would expect in a luxury motorhome. Our next bay over, we do have our power cord reel. Now what I like about this, you'll see that we do have the surge protection up here, but we also have our button right here. So the power cord is just gonna be a manual pull and then power in. Easy peasy. Now, next bay over, you're gonna see that we have the wet bay. So there's a lot going on here. To the left, we've got our fresh water hose. That's gonna be a manual pull out, power in as well. We do have the stainless hot and cold water shower, paper towel dispenser right here. We do have the ability to go through here, check our tank levels, go back to home. We can turn on our generator from here, and then if it's nighttime, we can go through here and turn on the exterior security lights if we want to. We do have manual dump station, or it is set up with a macerator. And what I like is that this has been sleeved. So one thing you want to do is make sure you protect that stinky slinky. You don't want to get a hole in that. And then we got your fresh water filter right there. And then as you can see, we got a nice little marker light here already lit up. And then right over here, we got our next little storage bay. Great place for maybe some gloves, maybe triangles, you name it. We've got our next blind spot monitor right here. Now up above, you're going to notice also we got a power window awning here, and then we do have a power window awning over there, which spans both the windows. This little bay right here is just a little extra storage, maybe to place to store some gloves, a stinky slinky, or you name it, maybe some triangles. But we've got a DEF fuel up. So this DEF we can fill up from either side of the coach. We got this beautiful blacked out Mountain Aire badging, gorgeous. We got the blacked out radiator grill as well, side mounted radiator. That's always a big plus. Coming up on our last little blind spot monitor here for the driver's side. So what's nice about having the side mounted radiator is having ease of access to the engine. Maybe you want to check your serpentine belts, get to the air filter, your coolant levels, everything's much easier. We've got an air supply down here. So if you are towing, you can hook up your tow vehicle, maybe hook up an Air Force One, and then you've got your air supply. Again, Spartan K3 chassis, 525 horsepower, Cummins, and we're looking at about, what is it, 615 pounds, 1,650 pounds of torque. So a lot of power to get up them hills. You're gonna have nothing but a happy camper as you start climbing steep grades. So over here we got our chassis batteries, access to our air dryer, our fuel water separator. We got fuses here. Like if you notice your tail lights aren't working, that'd be the first place I'd go to get those swapped out. We got our other depth tank right here. We have a egress door here. What's nice about the egress door is in case of an emergency, you can't get out the front, you can get out the back, but it's always nice if you go somewhere, let's say like a Walmart, and you guys want to stock up on some goods before you head out, you can just open that door. Instead of having to walk stuff through the coach with the slides closed, you can just hand it off right through the back door. So very convenient. Now the front tires were 365. These are going to be 315, 80, 22.5. So coming up on our other blind spot monitor, our other docking light. So this is kind of nice. Newmar answered the call. A lot of previous customers, they love Newmar, love everything about Newmar. There were just some minor issues there with some of the wiring. They didn't like how disorganized it was. So Newmar took the initiative to come through here, and man, this thing looks very well organized. They did such a great job with this. But yeah, I think they did a Class A job on that. They get an A+. So we've got a big storage bay here. Now you can put a slide tray in there, but some people will option to not have it in there because it gives them a little bit more overall height to store some of them taller items. So it does come with central vac. You can always come out here, hook up a hose, clean out your bays if you want to. Next bay over is just going to be access to that power slide tray we saw on the other side. And then if you guys want to get a little entertainment on, you can. We got the Samsung TV, we got the Bose soundbar. Now the 110 outlet over here does have a USB-A and a USB-C port, so very nice for charging options. Maybe you forgot the block, but you won't need it, not with that outlet. This is going to be equipped with the Dometic refrigerator freezer. And you see just how far this comes out. So even with the slide out, we can still get these doors open. So you can program these to either be a refrigerator or freezer. Maybe you want beverages on one side and ice cream on the other. So very cool. I do like the little additional shelf that they actually put up in here. So little things, maybe you're trying to get some work done, you can just throw your phone there. Just a nice little catch-all area there. So dual fuel up, you can fill up from either side of the coach. Coming up on our other docking light. And then this does have keyless entry. What's nice about the keyless entry is you can program this to open up the door. You go through your code, hit the number 1, that'll open up the door lock, unlock the door lock. Type in your code, hit the number 2, and that'll unlock the cargo. Or you've got a key fob, which will unlock the door, and then another section that will unlock the cargo. So multiple ways to get in to your cargo and into the coach. You'll notice the steps, or what you will not notice is the steps, because it's covered with this vanity plate and it's blacked out as well to match out with the rest of the theme. Blacked out handle here around the keyless entry. Now as I open this up, you can see we do have a very well lit stairwell, and I love the fact that they've got storage in here too. So leashes, maybe you want to throw your sandals in there. My wife's Korean, so that's definitely where our shoes would be going. You've got nice, even deeper storage. So always nice to have additional storage. You've got your screen door here. So if you want to get that fresh air coming through here, you can close it off, open it back up. And as I get ready to make my way in, you'll notice off to my left, I got a great big grab handle here. I got one off to the right. So very, very convenient. And then I also want to point out, this is kind of new for Newmar, is this all lights on button. So when you're first getting set up, man, it's so cool. Instead of having to go hit each individual switch, I can hit one button and it just turns lights on to the whole coach. Now as we make our way in, I'm going to go ahead and walk through this with the slides closed so it'll give you a better idea of what that looks like. To give you a reference, I'm about 265 pounds, 6'1" with my shoes on, 6 foot flat-footed. So if we come through here, so not too bad. I can still get through it pretty easy. I can get into the bathroom. I can get into the refrigerator. For a 260-pound guy, that's pretty important. So anyway, this is what it looks like with the slides closed. Let's go ahead and get her opened up for you. Now, as I open that up, if you look on that trim there to the left, beautiful accent lighting there within the trim itself. The upper cabinets, they're called Summit Maple. I love the two-tone cabinets. So you've got your darker cabinets down below, that's called Sable Maple. We got the Camden decor, and the ceiling treatment on the Newmar is just next level. It's so modern and clean looking, clean lines all throughout. Just looking at the cabinetry, it's just such a nice clean look with the cabinets. Solid hardwood maples, just gorgeous. Now as I bring this out, you're going to notice it is a full wall slide, so it goes from the driver's seat clear back to the bedroom. So pretty close to what you would call like 4 1/4 slides as far as the amount of space. Now what's nice about the Mountain Aire, being built on the Spartan K3 chassis, it does have dual leveling. Now for your viewing pleasure, we're going to go ahead and bring this down so you can kind of see what we got going on here. First off, you're going to notice with this monitor, there's no seam. This is one big giant monitor. So that does make a much more seamless look when you don't have this separation of space here in the middle. You've got your bird's eye view right here, 360-degree view around the coach. Does have navigation. And then you also have the ability to put your phone here. It does have wireless phone charging here for your phone. And then we're going to go ahead and turn this back on again. And the reason why I want to go through the steps here and show it to you is our first leveling system here off to the left is hydraulic jacks. And then you do also have the air leveling. We'll just take you through this and show you a little bit about the air leveling system. So you can also control the ride height on this coach. Maybe you are pulling into a garage and you need to get this coach a little bit lower. Maybe you're going over some railroad tracks. You need to raise the coach, so you need to control your ride height. You can go high ride or low ride. I would just caution you that if you put it in low ride and you lower the coach, you just don't want to go over 3 miles per hour, because if you do, then it will automatically start going into standard ride height. So you definitely don't want that happening to you. If we go down here to more, and I want to see what's going on with my leveling, we can look at the bubbles, and that kind of lets us know kind of where the coach is at. Now I've already pre-leveled the coach with the airbags, so very nice. We can control a lot of different things. Our brightness, let's see here, let's go to settings, and we can control our comfort drive. So you can go through here manually, and we can control 1 through 5. And comfort drive for Newmar is something that Newmar has had since 2007, and that allows the control, the torque that's being put on the steering wheel. So if you got crowning in the road, maybe some side winds, and you're white knuckle driving, and you're trying to keep those front tires straight, but the road wants to tell you something different, well, you can just raise up the comfort drive level, and it takes the torque out of it, where you literally can drive it like with 2 fingers. I recommend keeping both hands on it, but it does make it effortless as far as being able to handle the steering wheel. So very nice. Does have tire pressure monitoring. So let's go back a little bit more. We'll give you a quick peek of that. So you can go through there and you can see what's going on with all your different tires on the coach as far as the tire pressure. And then you'll also notice here on the smart wheel, it does have our windshield wipers. We can drop and answer calls. We can control our stereo system. Now, one of the nice features that I absolutely love. Now, if you've been RVing for a while, or if you're new to it, I don't know if you've ever noticed, but as you're driving, you'll see truck drivers flash their lights, or they'll flash their marker lights. And they do that so that if the lane is open and it's clear for you to get into the lane, they'll flash their lights at you. So they've already got that right here. You don't have to reach over here to flash lights. You can just push this button right here. That'll flash your lights. And then if you want to thank the trucker who let you into the lane, you can flash your marker lights right here. So very, very neat. It's a lot of neat functionality in the coach. Now, as we get ready to make our way through here, I do want to point out, if we look down below, we've got lumbar, we've got heated seats. Now, that's just not one selection. You do have a high-low function here with the heated seat. And this was ordered with an extra wide seat. And the reason why I like that is when you turn these things around and you add them into the living space, it becomes furniture. It's just not a seat to sit in to get from point A to point B. It actually does lend itself to be really nice furniture in the coach. Now, the other thing that you'll notice as I turn this around, the seat belts were actually on the chair. If they would have been attached to the wall, I would have been fighting the seat belt trying to get these things turned around, but it was pretty effortless getting these things turned around. You've got both seats as recliners, so very, very comfortable, very plush. Now, we've got our entertainment theater seating here. They are power. You do have some USB ports here for charging. And some of the other nice features, I mean, Newmar just nailed it with this Mountain Aire. Now, right now, I can't believe it. I can't believe that we're still in winter, and like today it's supposed to be like 71. So Missouri can't make up its mind. But so right here, I can control a lot of the functions of the coach. So I'm just going to go ahead and let's close the night shades. So yeah, maybe I just want to call it a day. Let's go ahead and bring up the TV. So I just want to call it a day. We'll bring the blinds down, bring the TV up. All very convenient. And what I love about this floor plan, because a lot of times when you get into a luxury coach, what you have across from your entertainment theater seating is a dinette. But with this coach, you have a true separation of space. We have a couch, opposing couch, dinette and kitchen is in its own area, so a true separation of space. And you've got more of a circular sitting area, so I don't have to sit there and talk through somebody's head to have a conversation. Everybody has an equal position to have conversation, so it makes it so much nicer when you got friends and family over to visit. Now, speaking of kitchen, we do have beautiful solid surfaces here all throughout the coach. Now, what Newmar does is they put cutting boards here on the other side of these stovetop covers. This is going to be induction cooktop. So now what that means, this does not heat up. Only the pan heats up. So if you want, take this thing outside, put it out there on the picnic table, just secure it and make sure that you're safe, and then you just plug this into the coach. And then again, like I said, this doesn't heat up, and when you're done, you can keep the smoke, the smell, the heat, everything outside the coach. Now, if we also take a look, I went ahead and opened up the shades here so you can see the window. Beautiful view. No matter where you're sitting in this coach, whether you're in the kitchen, whether you're sitting in the dinette, the entertainment, the couch, everybody gets a great view in this coach. So always nice to have views when you're out there checking out, touring the states. So we have a more of a farm style sink here with the undermounted stainless steel sink. We do have a lot of different drawers here. Let's go ahead and open this thing up so we can show you. You do get the nice extension here for extra countertop space. I do love this huge utensil drawer. This thing is just massive. We have our Fisher Paykel dishwasher. We'll go ahead and open up this too, just to give you an idea of the built-ins. This is something that Newmar is very famous for. And you'll notice everything's soft closing. I do also, let's go ahead and bring this back in, because I do want to point out the dovetail construction. So you know you're getting into something nice when you see the dovetail, that extra level of craftsmanship that they're putting into the drawers and into the cabinets. We do have this dinette here. If you need the extra seating, this will actually pull out. And what I like about it, they put a little thought into it. They actually made this support here to match the rest of the trim within the cabinetry here. But I love the fact that it just eliminates that trampoline effect. So you can get some weight on there. We got a couple of spare chairs, folding chairs, that matches the rest of the decor that you can put around it. So you can definitely add that additional seating. Now as you're sitting here, actually I'll sit on this side. I do want to point out it does have a 110 outlet, USB-A, USB-C. So nice charging option. So if you like to telecommute and you want to make this your office, you do have ample power supply there. Now, this brings us up to Command Central. Now Newmar did switch over from Silverleaf. This is going to be an ATC control panel. There's going to be a ton of simplicity compared to the old system. So just very simple. We got our home, we got our climate, we have our shades, our fans, we've got front, middle, and rear, so 3 zones for the heated tile floors. We do have, we can come here and dial in the generator a little bit more. Now, if you guys need more information on this, this does have the ability to protect your battery. So if your batteries get a little bit low, you can tell your generator to go ahead and kick on and charge your batteries up. And what's nice about that system is it doesn't just keep running. Once your batteries are charged, you program it to say, okay, shut off, so then that way you're just not burning fuel. Now, on this side, we got our Whirlpool refrigerator. Now, as I open this up, it does come with a water filter. You'll notice at the wet bay that we saw earlier, there's a water filter out there. So you know by the time the water comes out that door, it's nice and clean. We do have a basement freezer. Now the coach is currently winterized. Just make sure to tell us if you guys are getting ready to go camping. Let us know if you want it de-winterized. And massive pantry door. So this tells me I'm going to have a lot of storage in here. And yes, lots and lots of storage. I like how it all lights up. Again, got that dovetail construction in here. Now if we listen, you can hear that lock. You got to push on it to unlock it. But it's just nice when you're taking a left, your pantry isn't taking a right and dumping your groceries out on the floor. So very cool. I do like these little dividers. So if you got pots and pans, different odds and ends that you want to get fit in there, you can size it to fit them a little bit better. We got our first port here for our central vac. We have our little toe kick. So throw away the dustpan, just sweep it right in there. Now this is going to be a 1.5 bath model. Now as we come into our half bath, you're going to see the vanity solid surface. I love the tile, how they run it all the way up underneath the cabinetry. Beautiful white summit maple cabinetry. That mirror with the integrated light, the undermounted sink, perfectly positioned porcelain toilet. Just beautifully done. You can tell you are in a luxury coach with the Mountain Aire. Now you also notice when I close this door, there's no handle. You just got to push on this and a handle flips up. That's important so when the slides are closed and I'm walking by it, I don't have nothing catching my belt loop. And if you own an RV or own one for a while, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Now, as we get ready to make our way into the master bedroom, I'm going to go ahead and open this up. But one thing you're going to notice is how big the opening is. I always say this, you know, if you own an RV now and you've got a hallway going into the bedroom, make sure your doors are typically about 2 foot 6 inches. This is a massive wide opening. You can get two full-grown adults like myself walking by each other, not bumping into each other. It just gives it a nice big open feel. So I love that, what they've done here. When you get that full wall slide, it allows this little section to kind of bump out where it typically wouldn't. Now, if you want to close it off, you can. So it has two shaker style doors here, all handcrafted. That's one nice thing about Newmar. Everything's built by Newmar. Their doors are built by Newmar. Their cabinets are built by Newmar. Their ceiling treatments, everything done by Newmar. Now, as we get ready to make our way into the master bedroom, first thing I want to point out is the floor. So as I'm standing here, I got 1 foot in the main bedroom, 1 foot on the slide. It is nice and flush. No carpet, and I don't have this odd off level flooring, so it makes it very convenient. Now, as I open this up, you're going to see very well lit closet. You do have an exit window here, but you do not have to exit out this window, because again, we got that exit door that I showed you earlier. Same beautiful ceiling treatment that we've seen before. Absolutely gorgeous. I love this accent lighting here that they've done. Just a nice touch. When we look at the beautiful king size bed, you're going to notice windows on both sides. They open up so you can get that cross ventilation. The light sconces are next level. Very, very nice. Just a touch of class. Let's go ahead and open this up. Let's take a look. Yep, they did. I always like to open these up because I do want to show people that they do wire it. There's an outlet there, so you do have power for the cabinet, and then you got two knockouts on both sides of the bed. So you do have power and the ability to run cords or hoses up through those knockouts. Now, as I get ready to make my way into the master bathroom, it does have a door. And then when we get to the other side, you're going to notice it has a full-length mirror on the door. Now, as we come in, this shower is next level awesome. We have beautiful chrome hardware. I'm going to go ahead and step in this thing to kind of give you guys what it looks like when a 260-pound man gets in here. We'll close the door. So, plenty of room. I think we checked the boxes there. We've got a couple of towel holders here, and then we got a nice grab bar here too. So if you've had any kind of knee surgeries, maybe you got arthritis and getting in and out of the shower, you want something to grab onto, you got a nice solid grab handle, so I can kind of hang on to that as I'm coming out of the shower. So very nice. Then we also have this teak seat, so if you just want to sit and soak, you can. I love the floor pan, the floor drain, extra wide. We've got our shampoo, body wash, conditioner dispensers there, and just a massive shower head. Then we got the handheld wand, and you'll notice down here below, that's part of our aquamizer system. It'll actually preheat the water, and when it's heated up, it'll light up. You just turn this dial, and then the shower, you're just not sitting here holding your hand out waiting for that water to get warm and just wasting water. So it's a great way to conserve water. Now, what's kind of cool about the 4118 is this. I can't even remember. I've been selling luxury coaches since 2012. I can't even think of a floor plan that actually has this level of cabinetry. Now, if you'll notice, this is deep. To kind of give you an idea, so very deep. These are all adjustable or removable shelving, so should you want to make it a closet, you could probably just put a little closet rod across there and make this a spare closet. But tons of space. Got your porcelain toilet here, and you'll notice how deep it goes back that way. So lots and lots of space. Now, it does have the stack washer dryer. We got the Splendid stack washer dryer. We have a really nice medicine cabinet, really super deep. Got your 110 outlet back there. Nice under-mounted sink here. We got even more closet space with a safe in the back. And man, I tell you what, these guys did not skimp. So maybe towels, linens, like you just have all the room you need for whatever it is that you have. And then let's not forget the old exit door. Let's go ahead and open that up for you guys. So very nice. We just kind of open that up. Again, doesn't always have to be for an emergency. If you guys are getting ready to leave and you got your slides closed and you don't want to have to open your slides or have to walk between them, you can just pass your goods right through here, right through the back. So very, very convenient. Well guys, that is a super quick peek at this beautiful 2026 Mountain Aire. If you guys would like to start your next adventure in this beautiful coach, give me a call. I'd love to help you. You can reach me at 208-290-5750. I look forward to hearing from you.